Hi everyone, my name is Gilad and I'm a co-founder and the CTO of TipRanks. With me is Tomer, our head of business development. For those of you investing money in the stock market, we're going to make your life a lot easier. If you're an everyday investor, like myself, you probably made some pretty bad investment decisions that started from an investment advice you came across online. It could have been something like 5 technology stocks to buy today, this energy stock is going up, Citi starts this stock with a strong buy, or any other convincing recommendation that made you think, this does make sense. As a matter of fact, the internet is full of investment recommendations made by different financial experts. It can be a top-tier analyst, an investment guru like Jim Cramer, a financial reporter, or these days even an individual blogger. The one thing they have in common is that they all seem to know what they're talking about. So how do we know who's worth listening to? Even more importantly, how do we know who we shouldn't be listening to? This is exactly why we started TipRanks. TipRanks is a cloud-based service that uses advanced text analysis and financial algorithms to deliver the measured performance of any expert we come across online, so we know who to trust. Let's take a few minutes to see TipRanks in action. If you went online a couple of months ago, you may have run into this article on Bloomberg where a Citi analyst recommends we sell OpenTable. If you missed it on Bloomberg, you may have run into it on the street, MarketWatch, Barron's, or any other major financial website that day. What we're going to do now is switch over to a browser that has TipRanks enabled. We open the article and we'll notice that the name of the analyst is highlighted. If we click on it, TipRanks automatically opens an accuracy report for this particular expert. We can see here that TipRanks detected 33 recommendations, out of which 12 outperformed the market, giving this expert an overall success rate of 36%. We can also see that, on average, each one of his recommendations lost investors 3.7%. Now, these two factors are combined to give us a single ranking that enable us to compare this expert in relation to his peers. So in essence, TipRanks lets us see the measured performance of any expert we come across before we decide whether we want to follow their recommendation. Now, the data on which we base our calculations is fully transparent. In fact, you can switch over to the Rating History tab to see all the recommendations that we've aggregated for this expert while scanning the internet. And for each one of them, you can see how well it did. For example, this recommendation on OpenTable lost investors over 10%, because while the recommendation was to sell OpenTable, the stock price actually went up. Now, I want to make one thing clear. TipRanks is a technology company. We're not here to tell you which stock you should buy or sell. But what we can do is leverage our technology to show us what the best performing experts are currently saying about this stock. Here we see that although we have a recommendation in this article to sell OpenTable, the top ranked experts, those with the highest measured performance, are saying something completely different. On top of this, TipRanks can be used as a powerful research tool. Clicking on the search button lets us tap into a live feed of recommendations being made anywhere on the web in real time alongside their measured performance. We can also search for an analyst or stock. Let's take a look at Microsoft, for example. What we see here are the online ratings of the entire analyst community. 38 analyst recommendations alongside their measured performance and links to the actual data sources. But it doesn't stop here. What if I told you that our algorithms and learning machine capabilities can go beyond showing us what the best analyst opinion to show us what the most accurate people in the financial industry have to say about a particular stock? Let's switch over to our All Experts tab to get a full view of all the people that we have covering Microsoft. The first thing we'll notice is that the coverage went up significantly, from 38 analysts to 156, over 4 times as much data. And I can tell you this is only the beginning. Each month, we add hundreds of new experts to our tracking engine on our ambitious goal to measure the accuracy of anyone giving investment advice online. Looking at this list, we can also see that at the end of the day, the most accurate recommendation on a particular stock can come from someone who doesn't necessarily work for Goldman Sachs. In this case, the highest ranked expert covering Microsoft is actually a contributor on a financial blog called Seeking Alpha. As you may have grown accustomed to in the short demo, we can easily click on this person to get his full measured performance. Now, we strongly believe that this type of information and transparency should be available to every investor. That's why today, we're happy to announce the launch of a rich set of API that enables using our data to power up research pages, to integrate analyst opinions and performance metrics and real-life market data anywhere. You can see some examples on our API demo page and much more in our booth. To summarize, TipRanks enables us to see the measured performance of any expert we come across online. It gives us the opinions of the best performing experts on any stock. And as of today, lets us integrate transparent financial data anywhere via a rich set of API. If you want to learn more about our technology, our API, or even try our service for yourselves, please join us and visit us in our booth. Thank you very much.